We have an overnight high, poke and fail. This is going to happen here shortly, so we'll jot this down. We're approaching overnight high, which is previous resistance. Look at that move down that led to, that we came from. Watch the delta profile. All right, we're getting a little stunned. There's interest of sellers here. Very quick, this happened. Once we get below this delta profile on the blue, that absorption, I'm going to look for an entry at that LVN. There's a beautiful taper right here at the volume profile. Look at price right now at that LVN. Bam, that's where initiation had started. You can go ahead and set your TPs, POC, and the fair value. There's a lot of initiation happening right here. You're going to have 2 trades in this video. So price, is it going to come back into that? No. You break through that support. You have this range right here. Bam, first TP out of the way. Delta map extreme. At this point, price can really come back up into that LVN I see at 23,200. Very likely. Would that be a reoffer situation? I think so. I think that's very possible. I do expect price to reach the other end of value. That is the ultimate goal. So if we've not yet traversed this entire HVN, then I still want to aim towards that. Keep in mind, higher time frame structure in areas of interest are more important. So we're looking at the structure, we're looking at the profile, the volume profile, the higher time frame, that is the outermost volume profile that we have. And then we can zoom in with our tools. We see our execution, which is the delta profile, delta map, the DOM flip. Got a lot of absorption right here. I don't like this. You don't want to see this. Price is not progressing forward. We're not building downwards. I don't like that. I think that's honest reason to probably exit the position. I'm going to keep this open. Look at that, nasty. We got that rejection. We revisited that negative delta. I'm putting my stop to that resistance right there. We breach it, whatever, don't care. Pushing down, good. Price just has no interest. Seems like sellers have lost gas. That's what it looks like. When we break above that red delta, we are looking at the possibility of acceleration to the upside. Those are all those trap sellers. Then they'll cover their positions, which means they'll buy, and that would bring price up even more, adding on to the desire of the buyers. And then boom. So it hits that. That's okay. We're going to look for a reoffer situation, either at the point of initiation around that 323, 210, 210-ish area, where the weekly VWAP is. Price is pushing and building positive delta here. We're at this point, which is, I'm trying to think in ranges and boxes where price rejects and accepts. We poke up, look, there is an LVN at the top of that innermost volume profile. I'm gonna point that out right here. Got that node. We failed below that node. Come and revisit that node. This is when we look at our execution. We got a structure, we're gonna look at our execution. So delta profile, I'm gonna DOM flip hopefully. I'm gonna set that risk above the highs. We still have overnight high stat that could be filled. I think this position is getting swept. That's a-okay. So now we have fulfilled that overnight high stat. Can we get a fail? Building this node above. Got some delta, pushing. No zest. Come back into that LVN right there. Risk against mid distribution. I'm going to have smaller take profits because we did not reach the other side of value. And I may think sellers are just not interested in price at that low or at that level. So we'll put something very reasonable to where previous support is and the midway between that. Keeping it simple, we want to look at that area of resistance. We poke through it. We can't build too much volume. We had that delta profile, that blue positive delta, and then we push below it. Or did we build a node? Can we come back and test into that delta, that positive delta, or that LVN, get a DOM flip? We can enter based off of that, and then take that into your take profits.